Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University, and we're fortunate to have with us this morning two persons from the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University, which is part of the College of Agriculture, Human and Natural Resources at that university. Dr. Roy Bullock, who is in charge of leadership at that particular program, and with Dr. Bullock is Dr. Clarity. And Dr. Clarity, of course, we'll have the two of you, Dr. Bullock and Dr. Clarity, starting with you, Dr. Bullock, to give us some information about your background, your education, and your experiences. And then Dr. Clarity will give us the similar kind of information, and we'll have an opportunity to start off the second segment dealing with the topic of the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University. Let's start with you, Dr. Bullock.
Dr. Haney, first of all, let me say it's a privilege and honor to be here with you. And briefly, I want to give you a little background of myself. I was born and grew up in the Caribbean island, in which I grew up on a small farm. We did everything by hand. We plant by hand, weed by hand, harvest. We sell what we have extra, but we live from that farm. And so farming has been in my blood from day one. My undergraduate program at Loma Linda University in California was in general agriculture, and then I came on to Tennessee State, where I received a master's degree in plant and soil science, and on to the University of Tennessee, received my PhD specialized in chemicals for agricultural production. After I graduated there, I worked for University of Georgia Cooperative Extension Program, and I had statewide responsibility in Georgia for weed management in all crops there. Came back here to Tennessee in '91 with the University of Tennessee and stayed there from '91 to 2000, in which after that I came and joined Tennessee State University. My present role for both universities is to coordinate the small farms program within all 95 counties of Tennessee. And as you may already know, that at least 92% of the farms in Tennessee fall in the category of small farms.
Very good. And Dr. Clarity, why don't you give us some information about your background and education and what eventually brought you to Tennessee State University?
I'll be happy to. I'm a native Nashvilleian, and I attend Tennessee State University, and I have obtained my bachelor's and my master's from Tennessee State. I left there and went to Alabama A&M in Huntsville and got my PhD. In between, I guess when I started my master's program, I worked briefly for what is called Farm Services now. And after graduation from my PhD, I went to Tennessee State and I worked for about 2 years. Then I had the opportunity to be hired by Metro Nashville Public Schools as a high school teacher, vocational ag, and I worked at Antioch High School for about 5 years. Then I had worked 5 years or so for the state of Tennessee in pesticides, and then I'm back here at Tennessee State now.
And so you've had some sojourn going throughout the state of Tennessee, but you are a native of the state of Tennessee.
Yes, I am.
And of course, Dr. Bullock, in looking at your coming to Tennessee State University, how long in terms of years, we've got about a minute before this segment ends, how long in terms of years have you been with the institution?
With Tennessee State University as an employee from 2000 to present, but the total extension program I have 32 years.
32 years. And we've got about a minute before we end this segment for today. But Dr. Bullock, you were with us at an earlier time, and I think I recall that you talked about the goats.
Yes.
At Tennessee State University, at goat farms, farming, and et cetera. And we were intrigued by your discussion in reference to it. And so when we come back during the second segment, Dr. Clarity, we're going to have you. We understand that you are proficient in terms of agricultural production and et cetera. We're going to have you to talk about some of your experiences dealing with the agricultural production. And of course, Dr. Bullock is going to give us some information about that ever-growing goat herd that they have at the back of the campus, and then we'll be able to sort of wrap this program up. But that's essentially what we wanted to try to do, to have the two of you and to sort of showcase the College of Agriculture, Human and Natural Sciences, as well as the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. Welcome back to the second segment of the show for today.